Oh yeah, man. I am tired. uh, how's everybody's day today? Yo, I got first place at my job. I'm freaking excited, yo. The reason why I'm excited, that's more money in my pocket. Uh, man, uh, never quit, never give up on yourself. This is what the sales thing has taught me too. Being in sales is never give up on yourself. My boss came up to me and he told me, well, he was passing by me, and he was like, "How much you gonna do today?" And I told him what it was. I told him 1,000. He was like, "At least," and I was like, "Well, all right." And I showed up. I showed up for myself. Out of everything I've been going through, always show up for yourself. If you go through a lot, if you put yourself through a lot, you still show up for yourself. That shows something. You know. Um, Man, today was a very productive day. Even when I was feeling down, I really couldn't do it. I proved myself wrong. And I got it done. Dude, I didn't stop until my job was done. And I finally did that. Excuse me. Overall, it was a satisfying day. I had a full day today. I don't go until later on tomorrow, so that's a good thing for me. I get to spend some time with my nephew and everything like that, so that's cool. You know, um, yeah, man. Just, you know, instead of, drinking a beer, you know, soda for you, boy. It's me, Jessica. I'm just playing. Nah, but my mom bought me this one, and like it just, it just happened to have this name on the back. So, screw it. Appreciate it, mom. Um, yeah. So, that being said, another productive day done. Um, yeah. Usually I gotta wait. You gotta wait like 15 minutes for some people to show up. So that's what I'll do for sure. I was dressed real snazzy today. Extremely nice. I'm telling you, man, I showed up for myself. I was dressed the best. I worked for the best, and I did that. I got it done. I got the job done. You know, and I appreciate it, man. How they used to say, give you a pat on the back. Let's go ahead and get that done. I finished with 760, 780, something like that. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just extremely proud of myself. Extremely proud of where I've come. You know, um, at this job. Man, today was hectic, but I got through it. I got the job done. Like I said, it's all good, man. After this one, I'm gonna take a shower and everything. A very, very long day. Extremely long day. My grandma used to do that. Yeah. So how's everybody else's day going? Ah. Oh yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up, yo? Um. Yeah, I wish we could have music on here. You know how more seasoning I would have. With some music in the background or something like that. But no, I can't do it because we'll get copyrighted and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So can't do that. How can you have any seasoning on your lives if there's no music? If there's no, you know what I'm saying? If there's not anything like that. That's what I'm saying, man. The whole time I've been live, man, I think that just gets to me. You know what I'm saying? Is that I can't have no music on here, and it's just like, I think on Instagram they do the same thing too. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go live on Instagram as well. You know. Uh, yeah. Yeah. hmm So how's everybody else's day going? Mine was a successful work day. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. I lost my train of thought, dude. I am so effing tired, y'all. I'm telling you, I pushed my full potential today. Excuse me. Excuse me. There's a store. So where I'm at, there's my little kiosk. There's another kiosk on the other side, and there's a store with the Encyclopedia of Colognes. How did I do better than everybody at the store? I'm just extremely proud of myself today, yo. I can't brag about it enough. That's a flex for me. You know what I'm saying? As a salesman, to do better than the store, it's a flex. Excuse me. Um, yeah. I just appreciate my hard work, my ability to do so. Um, yeah. So like I said, man, if you're tired after work, you really had a very successful day. And gave it everything you got, dude. I'm like this, just my head slumped to the point where I really did my thing. I really, really did my thing at work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow, wow. You know, I impressed myself. Um, like I said, my boss was telling me, he was like, "How much you gonna do today?" I told him 1,000, but I didn't. Dude, everybody in the whole company didn't hit 1,000, but I was first place, and I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that because I can't yell. I can't yell. If I do, I might wake some people up. So I like, okay. Y'all ever seen Vince Carter? Appreciate it. You ever seen Vince Carter in play basketball when he was younger with Toronto, and he would just that's like me. That's how I was. You know what I'm saying? Just doing my thing. I'm I'm telling you, today was a day, and you just can't give up on yourself. You cannot. Appreciate that. Like I said, you got to show up for yourself every day, regardless of how hard life gets. And you can't give up on yourself even when you're in last place. And I think I was in last place. I actually got a return. Somebody returned something, and you know what? I still kept going. I still kept going, and I still kept pushing. That's what sales is all about. You got to keep on pushing yourself to the next limit, to the next limit. You can't give up on yourself, even when it seems hope isn't there. You know what I'm saying? I want to remember this thing for a long time. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm extremely out of there. I wish I was more active right now. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was more available right now. I am gonna do this one for about 30 minutes, and then after that, I gotta go. Cause I really don't have a lot to talk about unless there's somebody that comes in here and just chops it up with me and starts talking about like something random or their day or anything else like that. You know, and then it depending on what the conversation goes to as well. You know, I guess that's how I want to kind of do my channel now. You know. Hope my mom's alright. Yeah. Let me go check up on her real quick. Are you alright? Are you okay? Yeah. I'm gonna take that as alright. She's fine, She's fine. That's hilarious. uh, I guess I'm gonna have to do this how I used to do it. You know. I would go live by myself, and I'd have what? Um, Basically like the chat just talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Being if anybody talked to me in the chat, and I would just be like, eh. Or it'd be like my surrounding. Like you would hear my mom when the game comes on. You would hear my grandpa on my knees, my nephew, just people in the background around me. And that's what would make this. And this would be really funny, you know what I'm saying? The funniest people are the ones in your family, and you wouldn't really know, you know, until you know, if that makes sense. My bad if I'm not making sense, y'all. I did my thing today, and I'm really proud of myself. So, what's going on, chat? Well, I will holler at y'all later. I got some stuff to do. Um, and y'all have a good one. You know, I would be on here a lot longer, but like I said, I don't have nothing to talk about but work, how I did at work, and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna enjoy this victory while I can. You know, because tomorrow's a different day. Tomorrow's a whole new day, and you gotta go work, do the same thing all over again, if not even better. Be better than you were yesterday. You know, and tomorrow's one of the busiest days. So I'm definitely gonna show up for myself tomorrow, 100%. So I'll see y'all later. Hit y'all up. Peace. Like, share, and subscribe. By the way, check out the videos, the shorts, the old school lives. If you know what I'm saying. See what I had going on back then to now. You know. I'll see y'all later.